What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on Rangers Central. Today we are going to be discussing the latest rumor as the New York Rangers potentially closing in on a deal with Alexis Lafreniere, although that terminology wasn't used in the tweet. But potentially there's a deal in place for Lafreniere coming soon. Let's talk about it. Before we do, leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live on the channel. Frank Saravalli, around an hour ago from when I'm recording this video, says with so much focus on Igor Shesterkin, the New York Rangers have also been working on a deal with Alexis Lafreniere going back to the summer. Talks ongoing, different options on the table, one of them being an 8-year deal in the $8 million range. In terms of my thoughts, because I see it everywhere on Twitter, the double-sided argument of this, because the Ranger fans, of course, are saying, just give the guy the money. And then you have the outsiders who are saying, oh, overpay, stupid, and whatever else they're saying. As Ranger fans, we shouldn't give a shit about what they're saying, the outsiders and the people that don't watch this team on a regular basis, because at the end of the day, we're the ones that watch religiously and know what he's worth. And to that, I say, give him the money, because you look around the league at the guys that have been getting that sort of price range. Slavkovsky, I think he signed for a little under 8, or it was a little over 8. I don't remember exactly. But you look at Slavkovsky, signed for that type of deal. Dylan Guenther signed for that sort of deal as well. There are many scenarios, and I think Lucas Raymond as well signed in that price range. You have so many guys that are of that stature that signed in that price range. Alexis Lafreniere, I had a feeling it would be in this price range, and Frank Saravalli also mentioned in the video that it is going to be over $7 million at least, because he said if it starts with a 7, Alexis Lafreniere will basically flip them the bird and tell them to kick rocks. Not actually saying that, but that's how I'm doing it, because I want to paint the picture here as to, the fact that he's not going to take anything under $7 million, and rightfully so, because this is a guy that last year pretty much only produced at 5-on-5. I mean, there was maybe like 5 points from him, not at 5-on-5, and he still put up 57 points last year. This season already, I mean, 2 points in one game. Obviously, it's just one game, so we have to see going forward. But this is a guy that we've been talking about for a while now, potentially having a big breakout year. And if he's going to do that, signing in this price range makes sense given the market, and for a guy who, again, is not getting that power play opportunity. And then we go to the playoffs, by the way, this past year, 14 points in 16 games played, almost a point per game without power play time, top power play time, that is, because he had a couple power play points here and there, but didn't generate a lot of it on the power play, rather. Most of it being at 5-on-5. We know how he is, and we've seen the development of him, especially this past season, where he has looked so confident. I mean, even the first goal of the season he scored this year, a little toe drag move, snipes it on the blocker's side. He's clearly gaining confidence, and he's clearly someone that's finding his way in this league as a first overall pick. And listen, I get that you look at the point production on paper and you think of first overall picks and you look at the way that he did play in previous years and you say he's not to that level to where he should be getting that money. But to that, I say he is starting to get to that level, and he deserves the money given the market that he's in, and given the fact that that is sort of the price range that we're seeing these guys sign for. It makes sense to give him that sort of deal, and I don't hate it at all, especially considering I do think he's going to reach a point per game mark this year. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but I think he's going to reach that. If not, it's going to be just under and be around 70 points. And for $8 million, I will take a 70-point winger consistently. If he's going to be that year in and year out, I am very happy, especially with producing mostly at 5-on-5, as well as chipping in a few moments on the power play here and there. And, just driving the offense, most importantly, because there were a lot of times last year where you're seeing him drive the play and you're seeing him look confident. And because a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's because he played with Panarin, this and that. But no, a lot of times, I mean, look at the goals he was scoring and look at the plays he was setting up. There were people that uploaded compilations on YouTube of points he could have had that were like grade A scoring chances, either that he had himself or he set up. And they didn't end up converting on those opportunities. And it was like a very lengthy video, and he still put 57 points last year. I have no issue at all with him signing at this price point whatsoever. And it's important, especially because you got to save every bit of money. I thought maybe he was going to sign for like $9 million, and obviously the deal's not official. Maybe this is a deal that's closer to 9 than it is closer to 8. We just don't know that info yet, and we don't know if this is even close, because again, this could just be a nothing burger conversation, because again, Frank Saravalli didn't really give a clear indicator of if it's close or anything. But all I know is this: I really don't hate at all if it does end up coming to fruition, being in that price range. And I think that he's well worth it. And I think you need to get this deal done. If they could get it done early, that would be great. And I think Lafreniere, I would be surprised if he signs it like before the offseason, considering the fact that he could cost himself getting a good amount of money, considering the fact that it looks like he's poised to break out. But listen, as a fan, I would not be complaining whatsoever. And I do think that you got to get some of these deals done, because you have just way too many contracts expiring, and you need to get a good idea of what your picture is looking like going forward. I mean, you have no right wing depth after this year, because Riley Smith's a UFA, Kako's an RFA, and then Lafreniere's an RFA. You got to get something done with at least one of these guys here. And to me, it's a no-brainer. That's got to be Lafreniere first and foremost, over a guy who was just acquired, and Cabo Caca, which he is what he is right now. And then you still have the defensive issues with guys like Keandre Miller that do need contracts at some point. So you have a lot of guys. And then obviously we know the Igor Shesterkin deal that is just who knows what's going to happen there. But they got to start painting themselves a picture here as to what they could be going forward with their cap construction, especially with the cap jumping. Get a good idea. Just get a good idea of that. And there's a world where he could be making less than Mika Zibanejad and putting up more points at 5-on-5. And he's a winger. To that, I would not complain one bit. And I think that it would be ludicrous for anyone to be complaining at all. I think this would be a very solid deal. And I do wonder if this is actually close, or if this is just a thing where it just the Rangers are trying to offer and Lafreniere's kind of considering things, but he'll most likely hold off and see what happens this season. That's what I'm inclined to think is going to happen, considering the fact that, again, I just don't see a reason for him to sign beforehand. But it does remain to be seen. We never know what's going through these players' heads. Maybe he's happy here and he's willing to just sign the 8x8 and get it done, but remains to be seen. I'm sorry that my voice is like shot still from the past few days, being at the Met game and all that other stuff. So I apologize that I've voice cracked and all this other stuff throughout the video, but it is what it is. But that is going to be it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one.